Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I do messages for Aries only. Today we're doing a reading to see how your person is feeling about you. I have a cough too, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to quickly explain, like, if you do watch my channel regularly, I know I've been gone for a while, like in and out, like very inconsistent, but I feel like I've been trying to do too much because I had another channel, like a zodiac channel, which I used to do 2 readings for every day. I would try to cram my Aries readings into like one day of the week, like 3 readings in a day, and I got totally burnt out and then just stopped doing everything. And needed to rest, plus in addition to my full-time job and my own like workout routine and all my routines that I have. But anyway, I've done some reevaluating and I think I'm going to take a break from my other zodiac channel, and I really just want to focus on this channel for now. So I am going to be giving it my all. So I just wanted to let you guys know that's why. And especially like I'm coming back now for the first time in a little while, I want to do like a pretty comprehensive reading here. So I have some pre-shuffled oracles. We're going to get tarot. We're going to also try to see like what's going on with them in a more practical way and in an emotional way. We're going to get deep, but we're also going to be on the surface. I'm going to get some advice for you starting off the reading and messages at the end. So let's go ahead and just dive in here. And I want to ask about you guys. Like, is anything blocking you guys from love, or how open are you? Like, what's going on here? Oop, what was that? That wanted to come out. Let's take a quick look. It says warrior woman. Okay, maybe we're not that open to it. Maybe we're kind of closed off to this right now. Maybe something happened where you're not talking, the way she's holding up that sword, but also kind of keeping an eye out. Maybe for some communication, something like that. Okay. Let's see. It's a little bit of defensiveness. We have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. Oh, we have the sun, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. We have leap, you go first, the universe will catch you, and come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desire. So what I would guess is going on your end based off of this is that, yes, it does seem like you are open. Now, it does seem like maybe we've had like a transformation, and obviously I already pulled these oracle cards, and I almost want to like put them out and just kind of compare contrast. Let's do that. Actually, I wasn't planning on doing this, but now I'm kind of like into it. It's kind of mirroring. It's funny. So I don't know, I feel like this is the thinking woman, which is kind of like a Queen of Swords energy to me. And then this is also like a Queen of Swords energy. So it's almost like there was this separation, there was this fight, there was this falling out between the two of you. And I feel like the first thing I was getting, I guess I'll just jump back and forth between you, from your person, now that I'm looking at it, it almost looks like, because on the bottom of the deck, we had this happy family energy. And this looks like almost like a wistful energy. It's almost like in a cold, dank, dark kind of setting here, removed from what makes them happiest, which is you, because this is a reading about how they're feeling about you. It's like they're keeping themselves at arm's length though, but it's at the same time, they're not just like going with, let's see, like going into this like wholeheartedly, like they're turning back, like almost like looking back, like they're thinking about you, the thinking woman. And there also was this butterfly in the corner, almost as if like this is imperative to their transformation process. But again, they're not like wholeheartedly, like they're not immersing themselves in this process. Like they're looking back on you, and because they know you make them happy or something like that. And even here too, it's like she's like peeking out. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I know this cough is so annoying. But you see how her eyes like peeking out. It's like, oh, did they like try to contact me or whatever? But it's also like there's a sense of anger more so from you guys, and more of a sense of wistfulness from this person. So maybe like they were the one that cut off contact, or left you no choice but to cut off contact. And you know, they've definitely felt cold, and you've definitely, I'm getting more of like a sense of anger. But I'm also getting you like with this warrior woman, this like fire, obviously, like if you're watching, you're an Aries, We got that fire, like we already know, but it's like you're like using it as fuel, you're using it as a way to like totally upgrade. Like I see this as an expansion and upgrade, a leveling up, energetic upgrades. Yeah, a new way of being, an integration. It's like you're allowing this situation to elevate you. I see that maybe there was like a reclusive period, a period where you maybe stayed in, where you were meditating, where you were just like, you know, licking your wounds, whatever the case. You were just quiet and to yourself. Something like that, like where you were just really trying to like go within, like look at your feelings, kind of figure out how this happened and what was my part, like, you know, because this is like awakening. This is like eyes wide open, looking at the whole situation. And, you know, I feel like you made your peace with it, whatever it was. And then we're moving over to this sun energy, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play, where we're incorporating more fun. Maybe this more so happened in the winter months, and then like when the spring came, it was like, because I'm noticing that energy of spring here, it was like, ooh, like getting outside, like getting in the sunshine. We had like an early spring where I am. I don't know if everybody did, wherever you are, but it was very nice. Maybe like something with the weather also allowed you to like kind of, ooh, like, you know, get out in the sunshine a little bit here. And then it's like, look, leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. I feel like almost you were like allowed yourself to like leave this behind in a certain way. You kind of were like, just like, I'm open to receive whatever like the universe wants to give me, like whether it be this person or not. But it's almost like you made a decision, like, okay, I'm like holding on to this person, I've held on to this person, and it's not really gotten me anywhere. Like they're still not here, whether I'm holding on to them or not, so I might as well just like let it go and try to be open to whatever life has to give to me. So I feel like you're kind of in this open energy here, where you are in a very like magnetic energy, because you're kind of just like, you're not holding on to anything else. It's like you let go and like opened up to like yeah, kind of like this, how she looks like Anna, grandmother of Jesus, how she's like, her arms are open wide. And I feel like that's where you're at right now. And like your person, like I said, like we have this thinking woman, them keeping themselves in this cold, you know, dank situation, which is reminding me of the episode Passion from Buffy. But it's just this quote where Angel is saying, he was like, he's basically saying that like, yes, passion, it's he's like saying without passion maybe we'd know some kind of peace, because it does, it gunks up the works, it causes us pain, it causes, you know, all kinds of stuff. Like when you care about other people and then you can't control other people, you're kind of risking being vulnerable. And then he says maybe we'd know some kind of peace, but he's like, we'd be hollow, or I forget how he says it, you can like look it up. It's kind of like, not like a famous quote, but kind of famous on the show. But hollow rooms or empty rooms, something empty and dank. Basically saying like it takes all the fun out of life, all the zest out of life, all the meaning out of life. Honestly, not really fun and zest. It takes the meaning out of life. So it's like, I feel like your person was kind of in that energy where, you know, they kind of got what they wanted here, but it's like they couldn't, once they got that, it's like they couldn't even follow that path. Like they kept turning back, they kept, you know, feeling empty and hollow. Like I'm getting a sense like that. And then this card, it was interesting because this card talks about like leading you out of the dark. And you know what was interesting too is that this card was in reverse. Like I saw the way it flipped out. Like I wish I would have done it on camera, but it was like this and it like flipped upright. So it's almost like the person, your person's luck has like turned around. Also, birthdays, I just want to say April 7th or April 9th, because I know we're Aries and those two are like coming through here. But it's with this rabbit energy, like I said, it talks about like leading you out of the dark into like a new life that you maybe don't even have experience of. It's just, you have to like, but it's like you're excited about it, so it's like you're willing to take the risk kind of a feeling. So it's like quite a distinction here. It's like eventually at some point maybe they did start following, you know, but I feel like they made it more longer and complicated than it needed to be. Maybe it was all part of like the plan the whole time, but it was like they kept turning back and like questioning their own decision. But I'm so sorry. But it's like, this is like a new lighter energy coming through. It's almost like maybe their luck like literally turned around like in an abundance way. This card kind of reminds me of like the Wheel of Fortune with the Empress combined. So that's like Venus and like Jupiter energy, which we have Jupiter energy here as well. So it's like, I feel like they started expanding in an emotional way, like, you know, and their money maybe did expand, and that expanded their self-worth. This was all my moon reading, if you want to, like, it's kind of like the vibe of this. So like this energy that I'm seeing here, where it's like your outer and your inner resources and how they affect each other. But I feel like that's kind of what happened here, where they were, wait, sorry, I'm just like looking at this. Okay, yeah, where they were, the numbers, they were I forgot what I was just saying. Oh, like maybe, like I said, yeah, they expanded, and like their Venus energy like had some sort of expansion. So like, again, their concept of their self-worth, their finances and things like that, their value of themselves sort of went up. They started receiving things, good things, and you know, it started to like change the way that they saw themselves and they saw life. And then we have this no place like home energy. Also, real quick, I want to note that there is leaves in the corner here of this, just like there was the butterfly in the corner. So it's like, again, the growth, like the transformation and the growth, like it's like leading them on. That's like the path that they're following. It's going from a 47 to a 49 and then going to a 50. So it's like, but the way it relates to how they're feeling about you is that like, maybe they felt like they had to like leave you for their own good. Maybe, you know, it wasn't easy for them to risk being vulnerable. They had this sort of doom and gloom perspective, and it's like their perspective has changed. The way they look at life has changed. They've seen some good things happen. And with this no place like home, that just reminds me of like the Wizard of Oz. And it's like, you know, you're in Oz and you're this big hero and you're doing whatever, like Dorothy was, but then it's like, really, you just crave like the simple things, the people that like make you feel the happiest. Also, I shuffled a song for you and it was Smile by Uncle Cracker. But I'll go back to that later if I remember. But yeah, I'm kind of getting a sense like that, where, you know, kind of like home is where the heart is. It could be literal. Maybe that was the luck that turned around for them, where they like purchased a new home or something, and that contributed to them feeling more valuable themselves. But I don't know. It's like, this is like them feeling more like no place like home, feeling at home, feeling secure, feeling comfortable in their own skin, being more authentic, being able to be more authentic, like realizing their genuine roots. And, you know, them feeling like that is making, I think, relationships feel safe again. And maybe they have spent a little time with like their family and things like that, and just have been cultivating those other relationships, maybe even with their mother or something, because like I was getting Empress energy. But it's like something like that. It's like they're like building, I'm getting like building blocks and a definite progression here. But definitely that, you know, relationships feel safe again. And I feel like they've also had to, I feel like there is definitely a sense of expansion. We have this Jupiter energy here, but also with Pluto. Pluto is like endings, and it rules Scorpio. So it's like issues of power, it's issues of endings and the residual emotional turmoil that's left behind, and the emotional waste that kind of is left behind and like builds up, you know, when you go through hard things. And I feel like there is a process of letting those things go. Again, same like here, like you decided, I feel like, to let something go. I feel like your person had to go through a similar process as well. This looks like a Wheel of Fortune as well. I think this was like pivotal in helping them. It's almost like they had to like release weight so they could fly, because we have this energy is gaining momentum here with the birds flying. And this is actually the phase of the moon that we're about to be in, because right now, today when I'm filming, it's a new moon, and then it's the waxing moon. So something in this new moon cycle could be significant. This could, you know, just further have them grow and things like that. But it seems like you're both lining up, and you're both in an energy of, you know, you're attracting like a rose. It looks like they're trying to fly to something. You know what I mean? It's like lining up, like you're like getting into your, like, this is like, to me, a masculine energy. Okay, like this is a warrior woman. This is like a woman trying like a little bit too much in her masculine energy, defensive, protective. That those are masculine qualities. This attracting like a rose, trusting life, receiving abundance, desires, like, you know, allowing like more sensual, like this open feeling and just believing and trusting the universe, surrender. These are feminine qualities. Here, the masculine, it's they're in a similar energy, but again, it's a woman. It's this masculine is a little bit passive. And this, the energy is gaining momentum. I mean, I don't know if I would say that this is like a masculine energy that they, but it looks like they're on the hunt, they're on the way, they're movement, they're making moves, like they're trying to go after what they want here. They're overcoming obstacles, like they're in pursuit, they're on the hunt, like, I mean, the birds. So to me, yes, that would be more of a masculine energy than they were in. Definitely, for sure. So yeah, and this card talks about like hope springs eternal and emotions building and things like that. So, and that makes sense because that's when the moon is like, you know, growing bigger and bigger until it's the full moon, whatever. So I feel like, yeah, there could be some significant growth within the next moon cycle. So let's get some tarot. Again, this is going to be kind of like a long reading, so maybe I'll put timestamps just in case, you know, you guys want to like skip some things. I should have said that at the beginning, but too late. All right. Oh, what was I going to say about the song? So the song Smile by Uncle Kracker, the part that I was thinking about was, even when you're gone, somehow you come along just like a flower poking through the sidewalk crack, and just like that, steal away the rain, and just like that, and then the chorus starts. But that's like just reminding me of like, because like the sidewalk crack, that makes me think of like a city, like again, that kind of empty, dank, like not necessarily like a warm, cozy environment, like this homey environment that they have here, but it's like, that's what they're thinking of. Here there are flowers, actually. That's interesting, I'm noticing. So it's almost like, I feel like you provide a sense of beauty and whatever that song talks about. Even when you're gone. You steal away the rain, and just like that. So it's like you brighten their day, maybe even just the thought of you here, even when they are in this darker energy. So it's like they've never like lost sight of that. And I think that had to happen because they had to wonder, like they had to realize, like, why was I denying myself this when even in my darkest hour, like this person's energy just really makes me feel better and feel happy and things like that. So, you know, it seems like they are having an understanding of that. So let's see. What is Aries person thinking about Aries right now? Okay, that's too many. It's like 5. What is Aries person thinking about? Oh, that's too many. 1 card, please. What is Aries person thinking about Aries? We have Justice. Okay. And how are they feeling about Aries? How are they feeling about Aries right now? How is Aries person currently feeling towards Aries? Okay. The 10 of Cups. Interesting, because as I'm sure you'll remember, that was like that whole thing, like, it's not the 10 of Cups, but that, some people say that reminds them of the 4 of Wands. I'm like, that is a rainbow. That is the 10 of Cups. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've heard, oh my God, I've heard other readers say that. And I'm just like, I don't get it. But, all right, that was crazy. So wait. So how are they feeling? 10 of Cups. Okay. How are they seeing you, Aries? The 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay. The Queen of Swords. And how are they seeing themselves? The Empress. Interesting. Okay. And what are their intentions? No. How open are they to this? Oh, the Two of Cups, okay. And the Sun. And what are their next actions towards you? Like, we'll say in the next, from now to the full moon. What will their next actions be towards you? The Page of Cups. With the Four of Wands. Okay, that did want to come out. So yeah, I feel like there could be some significant developments happening. If not, like, actually, at least behind the scenes, we have a lot of like Cups energy here. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're definitely in their feels about you. We could just start here with their next action is the Page of Cups. That could 100% indicate like a message or some sort of flirty encounter, some sort of, you know, checking in or something like that. So this is going to be my clarifying deck. What are they thinking about you? Justice. I think they're thinking a lot maybe about how you both have grown. Maybe you've known each other a long time and they're seeing it's just true, it's just right, we balance each other out, it just makes sense, we just go together. Maybe they think you've had similar experiences. These two plants look like a mirror image to me. And it's like, it feels right, or they think it just works like in a very, it's a Libra energy. So again, that is ruled by Venus as well, but on a practical level, like they've thought about this and this is their thought. So that's interesting that it's like their thoughts and their emotions are very like aligned and in harmony right now. But let's see. And it's like it how am I trying to say it? It feels right, but also like, again, it makes sense. What does this say? Negativity, worry, and sleeplessness. I feel like it, well, with that, I don't think that that means like that it doesn't make sense or anything, but I think they're recognizing maybe that they've put a negative spin on this in the past. And they're kind of like, I think like when they first maybe realized how much this made sense to them or something like that, which they probably already kind of knew all along, but they had a lot of time like reconciling the guilt that they felt, because a lot of times that's what the Nine of Swords is, the guilt. But I think they've come to a point where they're able to just like let it go. This is the Knight of Fire. It says confident, passionate, and adventurous. I think they had to like work through a lot of this. And that was maybe what this Jupiter-Pluto thing was. Maybe it wasn't even a past relationship. Maybe this was like the residual guilt from your relationship. And maybe you had to do the same thing. Maybe you had to like, maybe forgive that. Because remember I was saying I feel like you were angry here. So maybe like at some point you were just like, you know what? Like, I remember there's a person that I went back and forth with a million times. I was kind of like in and out, whatever. And on like the final time that we ended up like not talking anymore, I remember I used to like imagine like what I would say if he texted me to apologize, like, you know what I mean? And I was just like, you know, at first I was like, oh, like, it's fine. Like, I don't know, I went through a bunch of different things, but then like I cannot like imagine a scenario if I like know that like I played a part. Like I cannot like lie to myself. Like I'm like that. And I was just like, what could I really say? I mean, like this went on for like 3 years with him kind of canceling on me for like all those 3 years and being inconsistent. He would just like not show up and just, you know, ghost me all the time, I guess, if you could call it. But it's like, I feel like aside from the first time, like it wasn't really on him at that point. It was on me. Like, you know, so it was just, I remember being like, that's what I would say if he texted me. I would be like, you know what, it's not even your fault. Like, I allowed you to kind of do this, and I don't know. Like, so maybe like you kind of had to reconcile your own part too, is what I'm saying. And like the growth that you've both had. Maybe like you guys have talked or something, or maybe they just see you as a person that has done a lot of work on themselves, and now they have too. So they're like, you know, now we're maybe like more on the same page or something like that. But I feel like I was thinking about that story I just had when I first saw that, but I'm like, oh, I don't need to get into it. But I feel like it might be relevant here. Like, you've both done a lot of thinking and reflecting on what has happened. Why is it upside down? Between you guys. And then how are they seeing you? The Nine of Cups. I'm almost getting a sense like, Oh, because when I first pulled this card, I remember, I forgot to say this is when I was shuffling, but I was hearing in my head that song Someone Like You by Adele. And it was like, I think they wonder if you're in a relationship that with that happy family, maybe you are, maybe they did hear that you got married or something like that. But I get a sense that they really just like wanted the best for you. Like they were just like, oh, I hope like, but at the same time, they were very wistful and almost like they didn't want to let you go, like they couldn't stop thinking about you, but I feel like they really did just like want only like the best for you and like hope that you were happy like so much. Like they deserve it, she, he, whatever, they deserve it. Like I'm getting a sense of like, I know I can't give it to them, but like they deserve it, something like that. And that was like with the first energy that we're starting out with, but obviously I've seen a progression with this person. But it's like with the 10 of Cups here for how they're feeling about you, and they're seeing you in the 9 of Cups, I think they're almost like hoping that you're missing them as well, and that you still want that extra cup. And the 9 of Cups is a very independent and like emotionally satisfied person, but I think they're like, I hope that they still feel like I could like add something to their life in a sense. Not that they're like, I hope they're not happy, but oh look, planning, partnering, progress. I think they're like, I mean, maybe it could be more complete if like I was in the equation, like, you know. And what else here? 7 of Earth. Investment, assessment, patience. I feel like, but also they're like, a lot of time has passed. Like, I have no idea where this person's at. Have they like, you know, found someone, found something? But how are they seeing Aries right now? That's like way too many. How are they seeing Aries? Ooh, justice, fairness, the law, karma, the world, accomplishment, celebration, completion. They see you as a very successful, Knight of Air, intellectual, determined, and motivated. They see you as a very successful, fair person. They think that you deserve so much, I would say. But again, they see you as very smart, motivated person. But it's almost like I think they're hoping that you're just like very successful and happy in your career, and hopefully like there's still a place like left for them to like come in and fulfill you a little bit more. But they know that you're somebody that's very like fulfilled on your own, but it's almost like they're hoping that there's still room for them. And how are they seeing themselves with the Earth Mother? The 8 of Air, self-doubt, confusion, free will, and then moving to the Queen of Fire, intelligent, exuberant, and determined. Like they're seeing the change in themselves. Like these are two very distinctive energies, to, I wouldn't say opposite, but kind of like this is self-doubt, and the Queen of Wands is very confident, but also the heart is being highlighted here. There's like a crown on it, as if like the power comes from their emotions or something like that, where their mind has expanded the way that these tree roots are coming out. And there's also a crown there. Interesting. It's like their head and their heart have connected. And this is 2 different decks. I just noticed that. That's so funny. Yeah, it's like their head and their heart have connected and are aligned with what they really want. And they're kind of like excited about it. Like, you know, I think they are. I think they've done a lot of thinking, mistakes, melodrama, and reassessment. They're looking at everything differently. And, you know, they've seen like the change that they've made in themselves here. And they've worked through and understood their feminine energies in order, I think, to move into their more masculine energy. How open are they to love? That's what I said. But the 2 of Cups, like these 2 hearts are like actually connected. Like that's kind of crazy. So it's like their heart is open. Their heart feels very connected to you. Like they know that the 2 of you, again, it just works. There's these mirror images of these hearts. Our hearts are the same. Maybe like we think the same, or we experience things in the same way, or we have a very similar, like maybe they're a very fair person too, and they admire your integrity is something that I'm getting. And I don't know, I feel like it seems like they're open to, based on this reading. Like I'm not a reader who likes to give people false hope, but I mean, like you can't make this stuff up. Like this is kind of like crazy. And the Innocence of Cups, 6. Okay, so this is like, what is their next move going to be? Success, recognition, self-esteem. It seems like they want to overcome some sort of an obstacle. But then we have the 8 of Air. So let's see, what will their next move be? The 2 of Cups again, partnership, commitment, and reconciliation. So maybe this means they're going to like overcome their self-doubt and really try to like just test the waters and see. But we have the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups here again. Sensitive, open-hearted, intuitive. So they're open-hearted. I mean, again, the heart, there's something on the heart that's being like lit up here. So I think their heart has really expanded. Their emotions have really expanded. Like, I feel like they really faced some tough things, and it's just, they're in a great energy here. Let me just see where we are. Oh, what are we on? 30 minutes right now? I know I've been talking forever. But I do want to see what's going on with them and get messages. So hopefully just pause this and come back to it later if this is like too much for you. But what is going on in this person's like actual life right? Oh my God. Sorry. What is going on? What does this person want? Like, where are they at? What's going on with them? On the surface, this is what I want to know. This says 1111 is an important number for twin flames. It symbolizes the harmony and balance of soul counterparts. Maybe they've been like seeing signs and like relating to you, or thinking like, oh, it's time, you know, like hearing songs and things like that. Maybe that's what's been like going on. We have deeply, look deeply within to discover your soul purpose in your relationships. And yin and yang, like the yin yang symbol, twin flames contain an aspect of each other's character within themselves. That's like a big theme of this reading, and like the mirroring. So I feel like, oh look, signs. Oh my God, watch out for signs leading you to true love. Yeah, there's something like that where I think it's like this is supposed to be on the surface, but they're not on the surface when it comes to this connection. They're just like, they're thinking about it very deeply, and I don't know, just missing you and wanting to like see you, I guess. Obstacles, look for ways around the obstacles to find happiness. Again, that's what I was getting here for their next actions. Admire, it's time to think of everything that you admire in your partner. I feel like they've like absolutely been doing that. And what else? One more. All right, one more. What's going on with this person, like on the surface? Tested. Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. And let go. Sometimes it's best to let go and let the universe work things out in divine timing. I feel like you both were able to like let go and, you know, kind of focus on yourselves for a while. So maybe that's why like things are like lining up here. Like, what else is going on the surface? This is what's the tea. What's going on with them? I don't even remember what's in this deck. I haven't used it in like a while, and it was new, and I haven't really used it that much. What's going on with the Aries person? All right, I feel like that's like 20 cards. Let's see. What's going on with this person? Like, what do we need to know right now, Spirit, about Aries person? We have threatening, intimidating, threatened, bothered. Okay. I feel like that could have been in the past, but we'll see. Thief. Robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. Maybe they're trying to understand their own fears in the past. That's like the obstacles that they're trying to work through. What else? What's going on with this person on the surface? Oh, okay. Okay, look at these. Always partying and girl fight. Girl fight. These cards are weird. I don't know why I even use these. Maybe this is why I stopped using them. This is bullying. All right, I'm about to like take these out of here. I feel like these cards are stupid. I may not even use them again. Let's just get one more. Okay. Come on. Talking shit romantic love affair. I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to try to like decipher these, because I don't think I'll be using these again in the future. They're like a little much. I don't know. They're not really like lining up for me, but if they resonate with you, by all means. But I wouldn't take them too seriously. Like, I don't feel like they really match the rest of the reading, which was very kind of comprehensive here. I just cut to I love you. But all right, what would I kind of want to take these out? All right, we all saw them. These cards are not my faves. I'll put them back. Okay, let's get messages. What would Aries person most want to say to Aries? Everything about you is so intriguing and attractive. I feel you pushing me away. Oh, sorry, no, I'm like making a mess of these. I have a huge fear of intimacy. Half the time I'm terrified. Half the time I want to charge at you like a linebacker. I allowed others to distort my perception of you. You're my perfect match in every way. The way you believe in the goodness of life after what you've been through is so inspiring. Oh, you mean the world to me. I'll never not forgive you. So if there were some angry words exchanged and, you know, you're worried like, ooh, like maybe they're mad at me. I think they're like, no. Or if you like went and dated other people or things like that, I think they'll understand. I know I have to save myself. You can't do it for me again. That's them transitioning into that more masculine energy. You're so independent. Yeah, so it's like they understand that you are independent and that you're fine on your own. They're almost like hoping that there's room for them. You're the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. You're not afraid to look silly. They like that about you. I never meant to hurt you. And should we just get a few in here? What else would Aries person want to say to Aries? We will be together again. This says, I know that I crossed the line with you and I am not available in reverse. So it's almost like, look, it was my fault, but I blamed you. I feel like they are trying to fix their mistakes of the past or something like that. But the fact that it was in reverse, I feel like they are trying to like become available and not cross lines with you. It says you and I were too young and I wish I had treated you better. So again, it was my fault, but I blamed you. So I feel like they, maybe like it wasn't that you were too young, but they were just like too emotionally immature to like, you know, really have a strong relationship like this and like a perfect relationship. Like they probably just didn't know. Maybe you knew and you recognized what it was. Oh, we're a perfect match. Oh, like maybe you've been around the block, you've had like more relationships than them. Because remember that partying all the time? So maybe that was them in the past. So they couldn't really recognize like their true counterpart when they saw it, you know, like you could. And unfortunately, you know, they had to like, you know, there was a lot of pain, I feel like, here in order for them to realize that, whereas like you probably knew it the whole time and it was very upsetting and frustrating and hard for you to deal with. But we are going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for this, watching, bearing with me in this long, huge reading. But I just really wanted to get like comprehensive into this for you guys because I know I've been like MIA. So hope you guys liked the reading. I hope it shed some light on things for you. And I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Okay, I will catch you in the next one. Bye.